Hey, what's up guys? It's Maverick here. Welcome back for the grand finale of Redo of Healer. So, this episode is gonna be pretty good as well. I look forward to seeing Kaiyari go up against Hawkeye. Now that's actually a pretty creative and interesting fight that we've seen so far. Probably the most creative that we've seen so far. And of course, what is going to happen to Norn afterwards, right? I think you guys can all guess what is actually gonna happen. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, we're starting with the opening now? Alright. I can do that. Talk a little bit more. What do you guys think? Is this gonna get a second season? I think not. I think I mentioned this nearly every episode, right? But to this point, to this day, I still don't understand how this actually got an anime adaptation. Not that it's bad, mind you. Obviously, that's subjective. There's some who think this is absolute trash and whatnot. I don't know. To me, it just feels kind of refreshing in a lot of ways. Ironic, isn't it? Using the phrase refreshing on a series like this, where it's not innocent at all. But hey, you know, balance is good within all things. You get some stuff like, I don't know, like Eurocamp, right? Which is very wholesome, very innocent, very healing. You get something like this, which goes into the more darker sides of humanity and morals and whatnot. You gotta have that balance. You gotta have that balance. Alright. Flare-sama. I love that it's raining as well. The princess is becoming a saint now. Talk about brilliant strategist. It's me. Ooh, we're getting an actual battle right now. Which, of course, I kind of expected. But, anyways. But actually, this is a little bit... Oh, they kind of changed, like... Okay, so this is where the battle is being... Wait, what? That was it? Come on! I guess they want to concentrate on something else. Alright, and here I was actually getting kind of hyped over, you know, how they actually did some proper battle scenes here. But they did not go through the creative method that I was talking about. I quit being so melodramatic, Yaru. But then again, he does like to act, doesn't he? Omae no sei de. Why don't you talk about Anna instead? Oh, he's not gonna kill you. There we go. The next part is the interesting part, though. Like I said, I feel like they pretty much skipped the entire fight with Hawkeye for this part. Which, don't get me wrong, again, this is kind of important to it as well. Sister on sister. Although, of course, by now you guys should know there's absolutely a reason why Kiaru's doing this. Are they gonna go through it though? Well, anyways, here comes the PowerPoint slideshow. Hmm. This one is kind of weird though. Like in the past, yeah, something like this, right? Where the camera obviously moves somewhere else. Although, if I'm being honest, I would have preferred her to just be like the normal, flare instead. And I guess this works better in a sense where Norn would be more willing to accept, hey, Kiara brainwashed her and so on and so forth. Your beloved sister. Are they actually going to get through the story though? Yeah, there we go. I know there's like all this, but the part where Flair and Norn grew up together is actually genuinely interesting to me. Please tell me you guys are gonna animate that part. Alright, we gotta get through this part first. Wow, look at the flowing water. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's over. Okay, it looks like we aren't going. Ellen. Yay, now we have a sister character. Aw, I'm kind of sad that they... Well, I guess I can't say sad. I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't go through Flare and Norn's story. I like how nobody like questions how Ellen and Flare looks like Flare and Norn. Oh. Alright, I guess this episode is just one big excuse to have like all the rest of the all the rest of the H scenes. Ah, come on. Oh, Eva's like, ah. This is another guy that definitely deserves to die. Yeah, you guys can't ride together anymore. Seeing Norn like this. The cemetery. So the one person I'm most sympathetic for toward in the entire series is definitely Anna. Hmm? What's this? You've always been soft. Like, that's literally two different stuff. Two different things here. Uh-huh. action. Oh wait, Korea is not. Well, I mean, I guess this is the end of this season. So, kind of works. Technically, that is true, considering he is able to completely redo the world. Right. And there we go. That's it. See you guys after this. Alright guys, let's make this quick, shall we? So, I think most of all, I'm definitely a little bit disappointed at the way that they adapted this particular episode. Again, I'm basing this mostly based on the manga. I actually didn't read the original light novel work, so perhaps this is more closer to the original work than it was, but I'm looking at this through the perspective of manga, right? So definitely there are two big omissions from this particular episode I feel should not have been omitted. One was the fight with Hawkeye. It went on actually a lot longer than it was portrayed here. I think they decided to cut out a lot of it for reasons of sexy times. Let's put it that way, right? I see no other reason why they cut that, which to me is a big shame, because the duel that Kaiyari had with Hawkeye was actually really interesting and was really a battle of wits, whereas in this one they kind of just made it like, you know, just do whatever and Kaiyari overpowers Hawkeye at the end, right? So I do feel like they simplified it too much, especially since they actually went for the trouble of actually animating some fighting choreographies, right? Rather than just, you know, one shot kill everything. So I don't know. I feel like I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe lots of people watch this series for these sexy times, right? But again, to me, I've always been of the opinion that the sexy times, right, the hentai, the ecchi for this is really just an added value to everything else. I would much prefer that it continued on with its story building, with its storytelling, and world building and whatnot. And I mean, come on, if you really want to just, you know, watch it for the sexy stuff, you can just go watch a hentai instead, right? But the thing about Redo of the Healer is that it actually does have a story behind it, and I don't know, I feel like they're overemphasizing the other parts too much. So like the part with Hawkeye, I definitely feel like they kind of skimmed over too much. And the other thing, the second big omission from this episode was in what Norn, you know, how Norn actually grew up, right? In the manga, they actually showed flashbacks, right? Quite a few flashbacks actually, you know, portraying how exactly Norn grew up, her relationship with Flair and whatnot, and how she eventually turned the way she is, and how the two sisters eventually had the relationship that they had on the surface, right? And then it does turn a lot more, you know, in like a very perverted poetic twist, if you will, at the very end there, when they were both kind of sort of brought together at the very end there. You know, for Norn, her biggest wish in the world was actually to be together with her big sis Flair, and so it, you know, through some indirect means, I guess you could say, that was granted in the end before she was eventually brainwashed and all that. But still, you know, I felt like that entire sequence of stuff, and, you know, knowing that precisely because Norn's infatuation is with Flair, and, you know, having this particular type of punishment, this particular type of revenge, definitely makes the revenge level, right, the sophistication level, go up a lot more, rather than here it just seems like coming seemingly out of nowhere, right? So I feel like I would have preferred if they instead cut back down on those H scenes and whatnot, on those HE scenes, and instead showed us a lot more of the fight with Hawkeye, and then showed us a lot more in regards to the background of Norn and Flare, and maybe talking about a more deeper problem with this kingdom, which Kiaru has mentioned before, right? He feels like there is a root evil within this kingdom, and that's the thing that he needs to fix. He needs to heal, if you will, before the body, or which in this case refers to the entire country, can actually be healed and recover. So yeah, those are two places that I definitely feel that they could have improved on. And then the end there, having Bullet as the next one, I actually haven't got that far yet. I'm actually looking at, I kind of forgot. Have I gotten that far? I don't think, no, I don't actually think so. Yeah, and all I can say is, for the rest, if you are interested in this series at all, and not only just interested in the hentai aspects of it, because again, if you want to watch a hentai, just go watch a hentai. It's easier that way, right? You can, there's way more content, if you will, in actual hentai than here. So to me, the reason why you would want to watch something like this is because you enjoy this dash of sexiness, this dash of hentai within a fairly normal fantasy adventure sort of setting, right? The same as in, like, for instance, in Game of Thrones, right? People still watch it, not, the sexy times, the sexy part is just an addition to everything else, but, you're still looking at the core story of everything, and that is the same, I feel, with Redo of Healer as well. Again, it's not exactly a very complicated plot and all that, but, just for the fact that it's utilizing this, I must exact revenge, and really not being afraid of the various different methods of doing it and whatnot, that really, to me, is a big drawing point, actually. So if you are interested in the actual story at all, go read the manga or the light novel. I guarantee it's a lot more, well, I can't really say a lot more in-depth, but it's definitely much more in-depth than what we see here in the anime, because, well, it's just the nature of the medium, right? I feel like they really didn't go through a lot of the nuances of the characters within the anime adaptation. Sure, we kind of get Kiaru's character development and how he truly feels, but in honestly, I really don't enjoy his laughter. Like, I guess if you look at it as a meme or an ironic way, you can kind of enjoy it, but really, it's just so cringy, right? And you don't have to listen to that laughter when you're reading the light novel or manga, so that actually makes it a lot better. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for this series. Again, the reason I watched the series is because I enjoyed the original work, and, well, I have to say this is not exactly a very good adaptation, but I guess it's decent enough nonetheless, right? Yeah, I have no qualms with it being, like, R17 rated, mature rated, or whatnot. I have no qualms with the things that Kiaru is doing. Like, certainly, you can make arguments that he's morally wrong, and I would absolutely agree, but still, I do enjoy sometimes when we have main characters that aren't uptight and, always having to adhere to the shonen principles and friendship and love and courage and so on and so forth, right? Sometimes it's nice to have a Kiaru instead. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you guys are interested, feel free to watch my other works as well. I don't think there's too many of my regular subscribers watching this, actually, all things considered, but hey, anyways, so if you guys aren't a subscriber or anything, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, and feel free to check out my other series. Spring season is coming up as well, so do check that out, and, well, if not, then, hopefully we will meet again sometime in the future, as fate would have it, right? And obviously I'm not exactly expecting a season 2 from this, although stranger things have happened before, so no promises. I make no predictions on this part. Anyways, that's it for now. Thank you guys, see you around. Bye bye.